Like a dummy. Keyword dummy. Girl, whole story. Dummy. Dummy who? Dummy me.
What? What's good, D? What's good, D? Again. What's good, D babies? It's your girl Destiny back out again on Destiny's World with another video. Yeah, period. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new and you've been here before, like multiple times, welcome back, because you guys already know that the vibe is good over here. Always good over here, period. For today's video, as you can see, it's a sit down video. Yeah, not moving like I do in the rest of the videos. It's giving very much girl you talk too much in this video. So as you can see by the title, we are doing a story time on how I got played. Yeah, very much. Girl, you was dumb. Girl, you could have did better. Girl, you seen right through the lies type shit. Like, yo, girl got played. And basically, this is the third time of me finding out how I got played, all the rundowns on things that I peeped but didn't say nothing about, or things that I let slide, or me just being dumb in general. Like, I was giving very much the dumb in this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of me. Make sure y'all comment down below videos you would like to see. Also follow my social medias that I will be putting right here. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. All that will be right there, because I post on every single last one of those when it comes to my YouTube, or even when it comes to entertaining. Make sure you guys go engage with me so you guys can be updated about everything that I do. If that's YouTube or if that's just me being stupid and goofing around, like just go follow me to see more of me. Period. Because you don't want to see more of me. Yeah. So I will be putting, like, let me tell y'all, I got all the receipts. I got all the messages between her and her, between me and her, and me and the side shit. Like, I just got everything. Like, 'cause I keep everything. I screenshot everything, even if it's on the low. Like, I could be screenshotting our messages when we text you. You don't even know. Yeah. So I got all the receipts. Now I put everything right there. Yeah. So we just go ahead and get this story time started. Anyways, yeah. So like I was saying, I'm about to give y'all the rundown of how me and this girl met, how I was buttered up, how I was just like falling for this girl. And I thought, well, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. In the beginning, it was real, like everything was real. But I'm not gonna lie and say that everybody didn't point out, like, girl, you could trust her for now, but everything gonna switch. Especially because, like, I moved, and that's number one. Don't do long distance relationships unless you really feel like the stuff is gonna last. Because I tell you, the long distance relationships hurt worse, because like you give your all into these relationships and they always end up not working out. So don't get into long distance relationships unless you know, like, for sure in your heart, and then that person also knows, like, y'all gonna make it work. Because what I felt in this relationship is the fact that this girl told me, like, she never done a long distance relationship, but she's willing to try with me. Like, that should have been red flag number one. Because why? Okay, so D babies, listen, I'm editing the video right now. I know I'm behind schedule, bear with me, but I just noticed that I was looking to the side over and over again, and I didn't ever say why I was looking to the side. I was paying attention to my television, trying to see if the music was too loud and if I needed to turn it down. So I was kind of multitasking, so I apologize, but it wasn't intentionally, I promise. So sorry, back to the video. Why doubt something that could have been good, but she doubted it 100%. and I still pushed her to do it. So we're gonna get into that, but right now I'm gonna tell y'all how I met this girl, everything, how I was talking up, everything. Like I got receipts, y'all. Receipts. I got them all. So I'm gonna put them right there. I'm gonna let y'all see. I'm gonna let y'all review for yourself, like everything. Cause like, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Yeah. Okay, so I met this girl back in. I was a sophomore in high school. She was a junior, and we're gonna call this girl. We're gonna call her. We're gonna call this girl. We're gonna call this girl Play. We're gonna call her Play because like she was a player. She played her cards right. Like she played me right. I'm gonna give her props. She did her damn thing. You did your thing, girl. Yeah. So we're gonna call her Play. So I met Play back in sophomore year. I'm not gonna lie. How it all went down was crazy. Like I see, like she followed me on Snap, and I knew of her because someone that I called my friend, they used to mess around, but not like they used to mess around, but it was my serious because the girl that messed with Play. Y'all get it? Yeah. Okay, so they used to mess around. That's how I knew of her. Mind y'all, before Play and the girl got together, it's a whole nother story, but it's still like the background. Before Play and her got together, I told the girl that I thought Play was attractive, like I was feeling her. But that was like my freshman year. My freshman year, I found Play attractive, but I never really, you know, made my move on her because, like, one, I was in another relationship. I was talking to. Two, I was just in general, like, I was scary. Like, I was a scary ass in high school. Like, I was scary, but towards the end of high school, I started getting out of my shell. Like, I was very much, you know. So, back to the story. Okay, so I knew a Play. Like I said, I seen her around school all the time. I knew of her. Like when we had started talking, I told her like I knew she was eyeing me, and I called her my stalker because like this girl was watching. She was watching, but it's crazy because I made the first move. But we can't tell you. So I slid up like we was. I was very big on Snapchat, so I slid up on Play's Snap because she had posted a Snap on herself, and I slid up with her eyes. You know, like be smooth. I slid up with her eyes, and she slid up with her eyes back. And I told her, basically, I was just like, what grade you in? Like, even though I knew, I asked her, like, what grade you in? And all these questions about herself, but then we had started chatting. And I'll tell y'all, we was chatting every freaking day. Like, we was talking every day before. I think it was during a break. Like, because we had to wait like a week before we could see each other in person. And before we could see each other in person, I told her, like, I was being a player. Like I was like telling her she's fine and stuff, this and that. She was like, okay, so tell it to my face. And that's when we first seen each other in person. And I had told her that she was fine in person. But yeah, that's how that went. And then after that day, like we was talking every day. My job. We had first got to know each other. It was February 11th. I remember the dates and everything because we took these dates seriously. That's why I thought the relationship was real. So it was February 11th when we first started talking, getting to know each other. But we wasn't talking. We wasn't in the talking stage. We were just getting to know each other. It was February 11th, and then after that, like we was talking every day, and then we had finally decided to like get into the talking stage. After the talking stage went good. Then March 30th, I remember the dates, y'all. I swear to y'all. March 30th is when this girl, I remember how she did it, y'all. I'm gonna put the messages right there. She was like, "You trying to be my little chocolate drop?" Because I think I had asked her. We was talking about something. It was like early in the morning, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I was up all night, every night talking to her. I think we was talking, and I had made a comment about us not being together, and this is that. And she was like, okay, so you trying to be my little chocolate drop, mind you. She was like, she ain't never made the first move on nobody, this and that. And so I thought it was cute, and I'm like, yeah. So that's when we had started officially being together. It was like March 30th. I remember that. And it was going good. Like, we was talking every day, seeing each other at school. Summer came around. I used to get in trouble for this girl. I'll tell you, I was dumb. I used to get in trouble for this girl. I was in trouble. Like, I used to see her when I was supposed to. Like, I was just down bad. Like, I'm not like that no more. Like, I'm very open with my mom now, but I was not open at the time. So we was very like in a good relationship, and then it was like towards the middle of the summer, me and my family decided, okay, we finna go out of town back to my hometown, which is in Michigan, and we had decided to stay there. And me and the girl was still together, but like we didn't know that we was starting to do long distance until like I had officially moved. So I was staying in Michigan. I didn't know I was moving. My job. That summer of my freshman year is when COVID hit. So we were already doing long distance, but like we was in the same city. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I went out of town for that summer to Michigan, and I was doing online schooling there too. So I stayed in Michigan until about, I want to say, October, November, the very beginning of November. In November is when I moved here to Florida, and that's when the long distance relationship got started, and this is when it starts getting crazy. So when long distance had started, like, it was still good, and she had told me like she ain't never done long distance before, and she didn't trust it, all this and that. She was like, I trust you, but I just don't trust the scenario. Like, I don't trust being away from each other, but we could try to make it work. Like, she was just doubting the whole situation from the get-go, and I knew to let it go, but I'm like, okay, so I ain't never done it before either. We can give it a try. And I was in love, girl. I was in love, but everybody knew like about this girl, like everybody, and stuff was getting wild because like I wasn't being open with my mom. All this, it was like I was getting my phone taken all the time because I was being not sneaky, but I wasn't being open with her. Mom didn't like that, and then Leia didn't like that. She didn't like that. So it was just like, I don't know what to do, but like Play was still there. Like, every time I got my phone back, I would see messages from her. I'm telling y'all, I got the receipts. This girl used to text my phone every day until I got my phone back, sending voice messages all the time, just to let me know, like, okay, I'm still here, I'm waiting on you, this and that. My job, she was a junior, no, she was a senior, because the new school year had began. Corona had just hit. I was still doing online school. At the end of my junior year, we had started doing in-person schooling here in Florida, and she was starting to do in-person schooling there where she was at. So it was getting to the point where like we were still trusting each other. We never really argued. We never had any fights. I mean, there was a few complaints because I used to get a phone taken, but we never had any argument. And then all of a sudden, she just started becoming distant. Mostly like in February, the end of February, early March, she had started getting distant. She was sounding not happy when she talked to me. All this stuff. Like, she was still sending messages, but the messages would get kind of doubtful. Like, she was just going through it. Like, you could tell that the distance was affecting her. And so we decided, after our 1 year, early April, we decided to call a break and said that we was gonna work on each other until we were ready. But she was going through stuff, and then I was going through stuff. So it was just like, okay, call a break. Boom, boom, boom. We called her a break, and it was like, still like April, May, like we were still in school. So it was just like, I was still talking to her, like we were still talking to each other, like we were still together, but we wasn't together. Like, we would just consider each other best friends. So y'all, this girl, I didn't notice, but like, she would take me off her story on Instagram. Y'all know, y'all can go to, I probably should have said this because I be blocking some people off my story, but that's not mine. But she would block me off her story, and then one day she didn't block me off her story, and I seen Instagram, my job, me and Claire was supposed to be working on ourselves. no relationships. We're supposed to be waiting for each other. And that's another thing. Don't do that because it's always gonna go south. Always. Don't do that. Make sure when if you call a break, you set boundaries and let each other know like this is what's gonna happen. This is it. Don't do that. Anyways, that's her story. I seen on her story, she was at someone's house. She was at a girl. We gonna call this girl. We can call this girl Trish. Yeah, we gonna call her Trish. So she was at Trish's house, but I didn't see her face. Her back, Trish's back was to the camera, and Playa's face was in the camera, and you could tell like they didn't do nothing in the camera, but you know a look when a relationship look when you see a relationship look. Play looked at Trish like they were together because my Play was at Trish's house, but I didn't know. I'm texting Playa, and I'm like I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay, so is something going on? What's this and that? Like, I'm freaking out, like, cause like you're not supposed to be doing that. You're taking a break, not seeing other people is different. Like, if you wanted to see other people, you could have said that. I'm thinking, okay, so maybe this girl, maybe her and Trish been seeing each other. Mind y'all, we called a break in April. We were still in school. Her and Trish was on her story in like early May, middle of May. So I'm like, maybe. So I'm like, okay, so Play, you got a new girlfriend now, this and that, like since when? I feel like you cheated on me. I'm going off on her because like you shouldn't be in a relationship that fast if we supposed to be on a break. We supposed to be on a break. Why are you in a relationship? And we got on the phone and she's telling me I was gonna tell you, but no, I didn't cheat on you. This and that. It just kind of happened. All this stuff. And I'm like, okay. And I'm believing it. I'm like, okay. So what do you want to do? She was like, she's so on and on about how she loved me and how it was still in love with me. She just needed something different, but like I can't recall because it was on the phone. But she was telling me how it just happened, like it wasn't, and she didn't plan on staying in a relationship for long. And she was basically asking me to wait for her. Once again, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't wait on nobody because you think for 2 seconds that the person that's telling you to wait, if he was going off doing the same shit, they're gonna wait on you.
Nope.
So they had was in a relationship. School let out. It's early June. I got the video. I got receipts. Y'all see I'm right here. I'm telling Play like, hey, I'm coming. Like my job, we still talk every day. She in a relationship with Trish, but me and her still talk every day like we best friends. Play over at Trish's house all the time, but she's still talking to me. Like it's crazy. Like I didn't know what to believe. That's why I was caught up. So summer had just started and I was going out of town. I was going to be close to the town where me and like maybe like 45 minutes away from where Play was. I'm telling her like, hey, I'm coming back. You can see me, this and that. And she hyped to see me and I'm hyped to see her. And my job, I'm going behind my mama back and all this stuff. But she's still a Trish. So we trying to figure out like what's going on. I'm trying to ask her like, are you going to break up with her or like what? Like I'm still waiting. And I'm going to town. I tell you, I can show y'all the day that I was going to town. I was in town. I made it in town. I told her I was there. I got all everything. Okay, so another pause. Guys, some things you just don't want to keep memory of. So I don't have the receipts to that incident itself, like me going in town, me out of town for June and July. I don't have those incidents because of everything that it was, and some things you really just don't want to keep memory of. So I do not have that, so I apologize, but everything else just keep watching. So we I get there and she's like, I can't wait to see you. I really want to see you. I'm just happy that you're back. This and that. I promise you I'm gonna break up with her. I just don't know how. I'm gonna wait. And then this where it gets good. Okay, Play had a feeling Trish was cheating on Play. Once again, another situation where Play was getting played by the girl that she was messing with while she wasn't with me. Mind you, she was getting played by the first girl, but we weren't together. Like, I didn't know her, but I knew her, but I didn't know her. And then now she getting played again by Trish. Wow. Me and her still talking like that. It was weird. So she's telling me, I think she cheating on me. I'm gonna go through her phone, this and that. She go through her phone and Play finds evidence that Trish is messing with a boy, which was Trish's ex. And she yeah. So she's telling me this, and now she's like, now I won't end it with her. I don't want to be with her. This and that. Like, she's upset that she went to her instead of. It was a lie. Like, she regretted she told me how she regretted the whole thing going. But I'm not, because I'm still going through. Like, I'm still hurt. Like, you fucking around. I mean, excuse me. You messing around with somebody else while you supposed to be on a break with me. Like, and I'm waiting on you. And she's telling me how she feels bad about the situation, how she wish she never did it, this and that. So I'm like, okay. Then July come around. Me and her still talking. July come around and Play fuck around. I keep cussing. July come around and Play has a death in the family death. And I'm trying to be there for her. The funeral's right around the corner. She's asking me if can I come to the funeral? And I'm asking her, is Trish gonna be at the funeral? And all this stuff. And she was like, Play's telling me like, I don't mind if Trish comes to the funeral, but who I really want at the funeral is you. Like, you're the only one I want to see right now. Like, this and that. And I'm asking my mom, like, can I go to the funeral? This and that. Like, I'm really trying to convince. Like, I'm trying to ease my way into asking her, because my job, I'm still not open with my mom. Ease my way into asking her, can I go to the funeral? And my mom's like, no, I don't want you leaving, because I'm at my father's house. I don't want you leaving the father's house, this and that. And I'm like, okay. So I tell Play, I'm not gonna be able to make it to the funeral, this and that. She's upset about it, and she's just like, okay, I'm gonna just bring Trish to the funeral. Trish get to meet the family. I'm a little jealous. I'm not a little, like, I'm very jealous. And I'm upset, I'm crying, because I didn't get to be there for the one person that I really wanted to be there for, and I feel like I let her down. It was just crazy. So after the funeral, like a few days after the funeral, maybe like 2 days after the funeral, Trish decides to go through Play's phone. She's like, and Trish found out that me and Play still have in communication with each other and all this shit stuff. And she's upset about all this stuff. And Play's telling me like, they breaking up, this and that. And I'm like, okay. And we still trying to figure out how I can be able to see Play, and it's just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So, August 1, they still together, they decided not to break up, decided to restart, and stuff like that. And it's my birthday month, September, and Trish decides to go through, okay. Me and Play still, this whole time, y'all, me and Play is still in communication. Still in communication with each other. Even after the funeral, even after all this situation where Trish was going through Play's phone, find out that Play is still in communication with each other. All this stuff. Trish comes up, and Trish's family is texting Play, asking her, how do you know Trish? Do you know who Trish is? Is Trish with you? All this stuff. And Play's like, and I'm telling you, me and Play on the phone. Like, we're on the phone. Okay, I'm telling you what's going on. And she finds out that Trish is with another girl. Trish is with this girl. And she finds out, like, not only was she with another girl, Trish is going off. She's off the wall. She's seeing more than one girl. She's seeing up to 2 girls. And still in cars. Everything thing that Play was buying Trish, Trish was wearing it on the dates with the girl that she was shooting on Play with. So she finds out all this stuff, and they get to arguing, this is and that. Then Play tells me, oh, we broke up, this is and that. This is in September. So a whole year and a half. Yeah, been at least 2 years. A whole year and a half go by, and October comes around. They not talking. They not talking in my eyes. They not talking. They not communicating. They don't know anything. But I started to feel like me and Play decided to give it another try, give it another go. Just taking things slow. We felt like I know I was feeling like, girl, I've been single this whole time waiting on you. Like, I was loyal even when we wasn't together, and you still played. But we have decided to give it another go and all this stuff. And I started to feel like things were off, and I used to always ask her like, yo, is something going on? Because we used to always start to argue, like, have little bitty fights more, and have complaints more.
Spend my life with you. I wanna please you anywhere I can.
Things had changed, but it was like,
Don't you understand?
What? So I started asking her like, I was so I started to see little things because Play has started getting out on TikTok. Like, y'all was crazy. Like, I used to see, like, I was one of those girls who go through the comments, go through the lives, who like your uniform, all those compliments. Because like this girl had done crazy, and it's like you're not gonna play me. Like, you already got me thinking. So I was going through her comments, and I was seeing little shit on her making silly TikToks that wouldn't relate to me. I would ask her, I'm like, different girls will pop up. She would always tell me what this friend. I'm like, I would be on the other phone, her other phone ran out, and I got this friend. And she would answer that other phone, have a whole full-blown conversation with the other girl on the phone while I'm on the phone listening to every word y'all saying, right? But they just friends. But you never know. Y'all could, she could have been texting the girl telling her keep it cordial because I got what's the name on the phone. Yeah, that's what I feel like was on. But at first it was, we gonna call her Pretty Kitty, and they was just friends, but she turned up to be an ex. So it was just like all these exes coming up out of nowhere. So it's like, where did these girls come from? When did you have time to mess with them? But little old me wasn't thinking nothing of it. I would ask her about these girls, and she would always say it was nothing. It was just friends, like nothing to worry about. Like, stop being so insecure. Like she would always say. And then one day I seen Trish in her comments, and this had happened before, but me, Playa was posting me on her stuff. Sometimes she would post me sometimes and give me, like, tell people like, oh, this is my girl, post me on her TikTok, all this stuff. Like, she would do that. She would do it, but she would take down the video. Like all the time, like it would often happen, and I would ask why, and she would give me like a silly reason, but it wasn't like it was a silly reason to where I would believe it. So I wasn't tripping off of it for real. But one day she had posted some TikToks, and she was in her comments. Trish was in her comments, and I asked her, I'm like, are y'all messing around? Like, what's going on? But I'm like talking to her. Like, every time I asked her about the girl, I wasn't like flipping out on her or anything. But I did ask her, like, is you talking to this girl, this and that? And she would tell me, like, no, I don't know what she's talking about. And I checked her off social media. Like, I told her to stop doing that, and I deleted her comment and all this stuff. Mind y'all, we gonna fast forward. When I used to comment on her video, even when we was together, she would delete the comment. So, cause it was like she didn't want people to see that I was commenting under her stuff on the times that she wasn't posting me. And once again, didn't think of it. And every time something like that would happen, she would always send me a paragraph or a sweet little message to butter me up, and I would always walk over like, "This was kind." It was like so much. It was so much over and over again. And one day would be good, the next few hours would be bad. And it was just like a whole pattern and everything. And like I was getting tired of it, but it was just like I didn't put so much effort into this girl. Why would I just give up like that? And it was just like so crazy. But we gonna fast forward. So I think it was like early April, maybe mid-April. We still talking, and this girl. Oh, it was spring break, so I would say late March, early April. I went out of town again to closer to where she was. Like I was closer to where she was, and I would ask her, like, mind you, she wasn't in a relationship or nothing. You went out of town to where you was closer to me. Why couldn't you come see me? And like I would ask her like to come see me and stuff. She would tell me like she was gonna see me, and she just stopped answering the phone one day. It was getting closer to the time that I was leaving to come back home, and she stopped answering the phone. And I would text her every day, back to back, and she would not answer. Like maybe like 2 weeks went by, I done already went home, and out of nowhere she texted. I'm still upset. Like I'm hurt. Like I done went out with somebody else, went skating with this girl. I was having to tell my life, because it was just like, okay, so you damn near ghosted me. Like I'm not even gonna keep tripping off you if you can't even answer the phone. Like that's weird. Her best friend was texting me wondering where she was at. Like she wasn't answering nobody. Mind y'all, she's in the town Trish was in. Remember that. Her phone stopped working, she stopped answering. And all of a sudden, like, I didn't already went on a date with this another girl. Like, we had fun, like, I was already getting to know this other girl. And out of nowhere, Clay decides to text me once again. Receipts. So she texted me, she was like, she texted me on TikTok. She didn't text me on Instagram, on messages, on Snapchat. She texted me on TikTok through another account that wasn't hers. It was a brand new account that she had made just to text me, and she was telling me, oh, my phone dropped in water. I didn't have no way to contact you because I had ordered my new phone, but I wasn't able to get it because I was still out of town. I got stuck out of town. I'm still with my cousins. I won't be back home till tomorrow. I'm sorry. This is not. And she was telling me that her phone was broken and she was on her way to get her new phone. I'm like, okay. Like I sensed something was fishy, but couldn't point it out. And then like maybe like I wasn't really talking to her because like I knew something was going on. I knew something was going on. Like you did something, but I can't point out that something just yet, but I know you did something. So maybe like 2 days, I'm back in school. It had went by, and something told me, go check that girl on Instagram. So I ain't been on her Instagram in a while. Like I ain't seen no new post she made. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't been on her Instagram in a while because I was starting to trust her. Something told me, go check her Instagram. Trust your instincts because your instinct is always going to be right. So I go through her Instagram, and she had these new posts. She had one post that said, it was a collage of her, and in the caption of her caption, it said "new friends?" ? And I go through her comments because she had a lot of comments, and Trish was in her comments. Trish's comment said she don't need no new friends because I'm the only friend she need. This, and that. Something like relationship wise, like it was. Y'all see, like she made that comment. I screenshot it. My job, I screenshot everything. Don't play with me because I'm gonna have receipts to, like, if you, girl, don't play with me. Like, I screenshotted it. And I commented back before I texted. No! Stop lying, girl. It was early in the morning. I think it was in like third period. I was in my ROTC class. Yep. And I texted Play. I'm like, good morning. I'm being all nice, y'all. I'm like, good morning. I just seen and she's telling me how she slept. She think everything good. So then I'm like, I have a question. And she was like, go ahead. I said, you talking to that bitch Trish? And she goes, can I ask why you asking that? Can you ask why you asking that? I'm sorry, let's say that again. Can you ask why you asking that? So I sent her a paragraph. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with this. Like, don't text my phone. Don't call my phone. I'm done with you. This is now. I sent her a whole paragraph going off of her because you're not going to keep playing with my feelings. This is not like, I'm giving her the biz, y'all. I'm giving her the business. And she's texting me, please don't, just listen to me, Destiny. I'm so sorry. This and that. Like, she's giving me a whole sob story. And then next thing you know, she blowing up my phone. My job, I'm still in class and I'm heated. Like, I'm down there crying in class. So I'm like, I step out to go take a breather. I step out of class. It's not past the period, but the class is almost in, and I'm in the hallway. She called my phone and she's like, and I pick up and she's telling me it wasn't meant to be like that. This and that. And I'm like going off of her. I'm telling her I wish she was dead. She would die. This is not my job. I was very upset. Like, I was angry. I was hurt. Like, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do, and I was just saying anything and everything that came to mind. And I kind of regret saying that I wish she would die because some shit did happen to her that right after the situation, and it was just like, damn, I don't think I'm gonna give a story time on that. But like, something did happen, and I felt very bad for it because like I wished that it come on her and it kind of happened. Like, be careful what you wish for because some of the shit that you wish for do come true, and it's not like I hate the girl for what she did, but I don't hate her, and I always have a soft spot for her, but it's just like, I was everything to you. I was everything you wanted. I was everything you looked for in a girl. I was loyal. Even when we wasn't together, I was loyal. I was everything. Like, I was everything. And you went off and did something like this. Like, I was very hurt. But anyways, back to the story. And she's giving me the soft story on the phone. It's just that, and I'm going off on her. And I hang up the phone. And she texts me. She goes, to be honest with you, we never broke up after I found out she cheated on her. I just wanted you to think that because I didn't want to hurt you. And she goes and say, you knew my plan. I wanted to get back at her, this and that. And she tells me during spring break when her phone stopped working, she was with her. And I'm just finding out all this stuff at one time. Like, I'm finding out all this stuff at one time. And I'm asking her, like, over and over again, why? Every day, all the time. Like, I'm asking her why. It was just so bad. Like, and every day we was arguing and fighting. And I'm just like, I was just so over it. And then I'm telling my best friend. Okay, so like 2 days went by. And I told my best friend what happened. My best friend Sydney, she knows a lot to come out. Like, that's her real name. Her name is Sydney. I'm telling her about it. And everybody loved this girl, y'all. All my friends, like, they really thought me and her was a power couple. And when I told her, Sydney texted Play and was like, it was so calm. Like, she didn't go off on her, nothing. She was just like, bro, you really fooled us all. Like, you really let me down, but it's okay. Destiny she gonna grow without you, this and that, something like that. And Play texts me, call me on my name, this and that. Why you get my number out? This and that. Mind you, the girl already had your number, dummy. So call me on my name and stuff. And I'm telling my best friend, like, best friend, this girl really just called me on my name, like she's jet threatening me, this and that. And she's like, my best friend's like, I will go to her. I will beat her up. This and that. Girl, Play is 6 foot. Like she's tall. Like she's tall. You only 5'2". Sit your little butt down somewhere. But yeah, like she was going off and Play was going off on me because my best friend texted her, and it's not like my best friend was texting her on bullshit BS. Like she came to you in a calm manner to let you know, like, you let us down and you want to do this. So then, I forgot to tell y'all. When everything was happening, I found out yes, I did. I was being petty because I was angry. I texted Trish and told her, like, y'all both can die. Y'all belong to each other. Like, I was going off on everybody. I didn't care. And me and Trish going back and forth at it, telling each other, oh, Trish was telling me we can fight. She'll buy my plane ticket to come down there that we can fight, this and that. And I'm like, okay, bet. Buy my ticket and I'll come down there, this and that. She's like, okay. And she's like, we going off on each other. I'm gonna put the receipts. Like, me and her was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We was not playing. And then I got the last word. I said, I'm basically telling her, like, let me know when you buy the ticket. And I blocked her. And that was the last thing from me and her. And then let's fast forward back to my best friend. My best friend texted her, and then all of a sudden I get a message from Play's best friend. Play's best friend telling me, oh, you need to start getting people on my number. Basically she de-routing Play, like, you very much, yeah. So me and her going back and forth. You can call her Rada. Rada's texting me, telling me, oh, you stop getting down my best friend number, this is and that. That's why you got played two whole times by Tree, by Play, this is and that. And I'm like, girl, everybody knew you wanted to play. Your own best friend told me that you liked to play, so we all know that you want her, this and that. Like, we going off on each other. And then she was like, oh, hell no. Next thing you know, she blocked. Like, I didn't want to, like, after I said, oh, I need to say I blocked her. Like, nothing else more to be said. Like, why are you talking to me? And then that was between the best friends. And then, like, after that, we just stopped talking to each other. I had my prom coming up. My prom was in less than a week after that situation. And I was just over it. Like, I had already went on a date with somebody else. And I was just over it. Because, like, I really loved this girl. I did. I was dumb and delusional for this girl. I got played by this girl. I was everything by this girl. And I was everything that she was looking for in a girl. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was the long distance. The long distance is what destroys relationships. Long distance is very hard. And if y'all don't commit to each other to the point where y'all know y'all can make it through a relationship, don't do it, because it's going to destroy you, it's going to destroy your mental, and it's going to destroy everything in its path. Like, don't do it. It's not worth your happiness. Like, if you don't feel like you can do it, don't do it, because it's going to hurt. Yeah, basically, like, I really, really feel like I could have been smarter in this situation. I definitely could have been smarter. And do I think that after everything was done and said and done, do I think that me and Play could be friends? Maybe not. Who knows? It was just bad to the point where I cried so much when I first found out that her and Trish were together, to the point where I wasn't even shocked that it happened. I was angry that it happened, but I wasn't even shocked that it happened. I didn't cry over a situation. If I did cry, it was because I was angry. Like I wanted to hurt her. Like, but other than that, do I regret the situation? No. Do I feel like I could have done things better and thought about situations? Yes, I do. But things happen and life happens and you learn from things that happen. And I'm glad that I did experience this because now I know in the future, like, things to do and things not to do when it comes to relationships like this. But yeah, basically, guys, that was it for this video. That was it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time because y'all have been asking for this story time over and over and over again on my social media. Like I said before, follow my social media to engage with me because I very much be bored and I very much do be posting a lot on my social media, whether that's TikTok, Snapchat, or Instagram. Snapchat is where the conversations are. I dare be having late night conversations on my Snapchat. You add it, you get into it like. Y'all, I engage with my people, but y'all just follow my social media. Everything would be right here: Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of that. Yeah, that's basically it for this video. Just know, like, things happen for a reason. If you've been in a situation like this, comment down below. Tell me what you did and how you would have handled things differently compared to how I handled things and things that you regretted doing while you were in relationships. Like, let me know, because, like, girl, shit was crazy. And like I said, I'm glad it happened because you live and you learn. I'm not upset about it anymore. Like, the anger literally lasted maybe like 2 days about the situation, and I like literally moved on. I had prom. I did a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it was just, I don't know what to tell y'all besides things happen. My life is pretty crazy. So any story times that you feel like I probably have or anything, comment down below or DM me on Instagram video suggestions that you feel like I should do. Yeah, so yeah. Peace. That was kind of bad. Yeah. I can't believe I actually been through this. Anyways, y'all. I'll see y'all next video. Until then, talk to y'all later. Peace out from Destiny.
Shorty said she coming with a breakfast cause she saw a young nigga pull up in the Rover. Now she said she wanna come over, yeah, but I don't want no love.